Well, hello everybody. Those of you who are watching after the fact, the video has started, so hello. This is Joey. I'll be playing some more Crash Bandicoot. People should be joining live pretty soon, I sure hope. But yeah, we are going to be playing some more Crash Bandicoot. Give it just a minute, just to let other people in. I told them I would be starting at 11 p.m. and it is 11:02 right now. It just switched over. Just did. So I am playing a little late at night now. Just because I've been having a long day and I want to play some video games. So I'm just gonna get right back into it. So last time we left off, we had to have left on that stupid mission, yeah. By the way, I am sorry about that last part, because I know I said we were going to finish this and then my internet crapped out on me. But now, here we are. Now remember, I have to do this without dying in order to get the oxygen. Sabian! Hello, my friend! How you doing, buddy? Okay. I like to make my own sound effects for video games sometimes, so you will see that on occasion. Sabian, buddy, do me a favor. Let me know if the volume is good, because I have no idea if my voice is loud enough compared to the game's audio or not. Hopefully it is, and if it isn't, then I will be very sad. Oh, well, Sabian's doing good. It's good to hear. How am I? Oh boy, that is the question, isn't it? I've been having kind of a long day. Seems fine. Okay, good. Glad the audio's good. I've been having a long day. I'm not gonna get into too much detail live on the stream right now. But Sabian, feel free to talk to me a little bit later if you want, privately. But, yeah, my grandma's been very sick. Oh, boy. And I gotta redo that. That's fun. Yeah, my grandma has been kind of sick, and she's been in the hospital for a real long time, and we've gotten some really bad news recently, so I've been there with her mostly all day, keeping her company. She's taken things well, though. She's a very strong lady. And I died again. Oh, great. Lovely. It gave me the pity mask. Well, too bad I gotta restart anyway. Oh, boy. Yeah, see, this is why I wanted to end last stream on this one, but, because I knew this was gonna take me forever, and... Thanks, Sabian. I appreciate it. But now is not the time for sadness, now is the time for Crash Bandicoot. So the Sane Trilogy now is out on all consoles. You can get it now on Xbox and Nintendo Switch, and I believe PC. I think I think Steam has a okay. I just screwed up on that. I think Steam has a version of it too, but I'm not sure. So yeah, so anybody watching who hasn't played this yet, now you can pick it up on any console that you wish. I might actually, you know what, weird as it is, I might actually get it again for the Nintendo Switch. Just because I think having it on a Nintendo system is kind of cool. And also being able to play it on the go, too. Because, man, I love Crash. The Crash games are some of my favorite platformers just to pick up and replay. Hence why I'm doing this for streams. 2 and 3 especially are the ones that I go to a lot. I don't usually go to 1 because, and I covered this in the first part too, I didn't play 1 a whole lot when I was younger. It was mostly 2 and 3 for me. I did have a friend who owned Crash 1, Adiusz Kowalski, hey, my buddy Yoshi, hello. Nice to see you in the chat. And Crash loves you. He sure does, thank you. Right now, Ark has really caught my eye. I don't know what that is, Sabian. Ark, I'm not sure. Is that video game with the dinosaurs? Where it's like a weird survival kind of thing, where you're like a caveman? Because if so, I have heard of that. If not, I have not heard of that. Ooh! Very close, very close. So this is Sonic, right? Yeah, absolutely. That's why you can see the Sonic icon in the corner. Oh. Yep. Okay. So that dinosaur game. That is what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah. No, this isn't Sonic. It's Crash Bandicoot. Whew. Oh boy, guys. I'm sorry. I hope. Hopefully this is the run. This is the run. This will be the one. The one ring to rule them all. Okay, I'm starting to get speed running with this level, and I'm not liking that. Because anytime I do, I always die. Ooh, okay, that felt close. It always bothers me that the timing on the last one is different. And just wait till we get to Slippery Climb. No wait, this is Slippery Climb. I meant Stormy Ascent, which is the other level that is like this. I think I mentioned this at the very end of the last stream too, but that's the canceled, or the scrapped level from Crash 1 that they remade and put in the Sane Trilogy. Whoa. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, I love that meme. Crash does go whoa a lot. Less in this version, I feel like. I feel like his woes were more pronounced in the OG PS1 games. That's just me. I'm gonna wait. Okay, go. Well, that was garbage. I apologize. Today is not my night. So guys, I was thinking for this stream it would just be 2 hours of just this level. Figure that would be entertaining for everybody, right? Yeah, no, hopefully that won't be the case. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I might just complete this and then come and get the gem later. But I don't want to have to do that, but for the sake of moving things along, I might. Sounds great, yeah. 2 hours of just this. It's cool. Yeah, hopefully we'll come to that. I was really hoping I would get to finishing this since we made such good progress. Ooh, I did the same thing. I did the same thing. Ooh, recovery, recovery. We did good. We did good. It's alright. Just because we got, I think, it says we're at 60-something%. Can't wait until crashes in Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh man, I'm telling you. That crash level in Kingdom Hearts 3, ooh, that looks so good. Honestly though, I want to see Crash in Smash Brothers. I heard a rumor, but I don't think it's true now. Just because I feel like there's probably not going to be a whole lot more new characters in Smash now, since they're doing the whole everyone's back thing. Oh, thanks for the checkpoint. Okay. Now I'm just gonna wait. Go. See, it was that little tiny gap that I just slipped through before. Okay, doing good, doing good. Cooking Mama. Cooking Mama should be a character in Smash. I'm telling you. You think I'm joking? Honestly, no. That would actually work really funny. Like, she could be one of those like joke characters, like Game & Watch, but like would actually play pretty good, probably. Ooh, okay. Making good progress, folks. Only some boxes left. I'm not doing the math. It's too late for that. So, guys, I was thinking for the next stream I would be playing Cooking Mama. Now, if I had that, I'd consider it, actually. I've been, like, weirdly curious about those games, just because they're, like, obviously marketed towards, like, really young kids, you know? But I always thought, God damn it, okay. I just always thought it'd be kind of funny to just be a really hardcore Cooking Mama player. Okay, here we go. Okay, doing good, doing good. I'm proud of myself. 21. 21. Oh! Ooh, that was scary. Okay. Jump. Murder! Okay. The key is to look for opportunities. To wait. Pick your moment. Like that. That was my moment. The moment is now. Ooh. Ah. Goodness gracious. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there, folks. We're making progress. That's at the very least. Although I think this is one. You had your moment, sophomore year. What? Sophomore year? That was my moment. I don't know what you're talking about. I did nothing my sophomore year. Unless you're talking sophomore year of college, in which case, same thing applies. Ooh. Okay, not gonna lie, I jumped a little preemptively. Or fresh. Okay. I was a scared little freshman. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't do anything my sophomore year. Yeah, see, man, I get you. Also, did you change usernames or something? Because you were Wolf from the Moon, I knew that. Ooh. Oh, I thought I was gonna do that. But, yeah, I was really, like, I guess timid might be the right word. I was just, like, just the quietest, most nerve-wracking person ever. Figured this was easier. Okay. Yeah, since I was gonna call you by your first name anyway. You can't be secret on the internet anymore, kid. I'm sorry. I outed you. Told everybody. God damn it, that stupid gap. Every time. Okay. Whew. Okay, yeah, we're still at 64%. Good news is we made a lot of progress last episode, so if we don't quite finish, I suppose I will be satisfied. But that's not the goal. The goal is to finish. Cooking Mama. Yes. I also enjoy a mother's good home-cooked meal. Oh. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little distracted looking at the chat there. It's totally my fault. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep trying. But tell you what, if we make it to 20 minutes on this stream, and I am still stuck on this level, I will just not worry about getting the gem. Ass. Yoshi, how come every single comment that you were leaving starts with I and has an enter? Is that just like your like reverse email signature? It just always comes up at the beginning of the message. Okay, I probably shouldn't run that. Because Kowalski is cut off. Oh, you're right. It is. Okay, that makes sense. I wasn't even paying attention to that. I didn't even notice that your last name wasn't even on completely. That's funny. I just kept reading, like, something. That's fun. Oh my goodness. I feel stupid for not noticing that. Okay. Alright, guys. I'm good at Crash. I swear. Good. I'm assuming that's in response to me saying that I feel stupid. Okay. So, you know what? Tell you what, guys. While we are busy trying to beat this level, how about you guys ask some questions? And I will answer. What do you want me to talk about on the stream? Any upcoming games and movies and stuff I will gladly talk about. Or other stuff going on, I don't know. Ooh, that was a close one, I thought. Okay. Wait for it. Go. Aha. Talk about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. That's... I don't know how I feel about that movie. Because I have not... Ooh, I didn't think I'd... What? Okay, guess we gotta wait. Gotta wait there. Don't check our snap. Your snap. Don't check my snap. As in my Snapchat? I have a Snapchat from Yoshi. My good buddy. What, did you send me? Oh. Is he advertising my stream? Only to me. I don't know. I had the volume off, so I didn't quite hear what he said. Okay. Get this vulture boy. Yeah, okay. Jurassic World. I like the first Jurassic World. And by that I mean the fourth Jurassic Park. Yeah, I don't know. I just remember, that, Jurassic World was, or Fallen Kingdom was released in the UK, like, 4 weeks ago or something crazy. So, like, all the spoilers had been out on the internet. So, like, I wasn't really looking for it, but I found out, I'm not gonna spoil it here, but I found out, like, the big twist of the movie, apparently, and I'm very weird about it. So, and I've been hearing that the movie is only okay, and that there's not enough Jeff Goldblum in it, which makes me very sad. So, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I might check it out if I had a couple friends who were interested in seeing it, maybe. Or if I were to, like... Ooh, good timing on that. Or if it were to come to, like... There's like a dollar theater that gets movies real late, and so sometimes I would go there for something I'm not super interested in, but still want to see. So I might do that. Yoshi, I see that you want me to listen to the Snapchat, so methinks I will go back and do that. I will do that right now. It probably won't come up on... Oh. He said, join the stream or I will set, or I will blow up my dick with a firework? I think that's what he said. So that is, false advertising, first of all, because I am not going to be doing any of that. Also, by the way, happy almost 4th of July, everybody, I guess. It is almost, almost Independence Day for you fine American people. I guess I have to hit this one, too. Well, okay. Good news is, death in the bonus arenas do not count. So I'm gonna just keep trying. I don't know how many... Okay, there's 19 boxes in here. So... Oh, I didn't think that would kill me. Okay. I'm going to a baseball game. Cool, Sabian. I'm assuming you're not going right now, since it is nearly midnight where we live. So when is this baseball game, and... God damn it, I keep dying. So when is this baseball game, and where is it? Are we talking, like... Diamondbacks, Chase Field, baseball game, or like on the 4th? Oh, the 4th of July. Oh, that makes sense to a baseball. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know. For the 4th of July, I used to. I know my mom, grandpa, and I would all. We would go to. There's a parking lot. That's like right by this, right by the baseball stadium. Bye. See you around, Yoshi, my friend. If you are leaving. I know my grandpa, mom, and I would go to when we would drive up to a parking lot nearby the baseball stadium, so we would get to go actually see the fireworks and not pay to go in for a baseball game. I remember that, and I thought it was funny. Okay, moment of truth. Ooh, here we go, boys. Yay! And we got the color gem. Hooray! And only 20 minutes for one level. Oh boy. Lights out. Oh, this is another one. I'm telling you, like, all of the, like, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, like, and then there's another one, like, right ahead of us. All of the colored gems are right here at the end. Except for, like, one. Which is insane. Okay, so this one's gimmick is not fun. You need to always have an Aku Aku in order to have light. So remember, Aku Aku acts as just another health point too. So, in theory, you can get hit and still continue, but you won't have a light source. I very nearly didn't make that. Ooh, that one too, Jesus. Scaring me, man. Okay, the trick is to wait a little bit. Tell you what movie I really want to see though, Tag. I heard that was real fun. One of my friends went and saw it recently, was telling me a little bit about it. I think the premise is really funny for a comedy. Just a group of middle-aged guys who've been playing the same game of tag for years. I think that's real funny. Oh, yeah, this is one of those levels where we gotta have another colored gem in order to get it. And only for like 3 boxes, right? Yep. Yeah, so I don't think we can even get the color gem in this one yet. Until we get the one of the other ones. So, yeah, so I'm just gonna wait. Because I'm fairly sure this is the one where it's like, where that gem platform takes you up to an area where there's like literally nothing but another exit and like 3 boxes. So that's another reason why I like really do not like the structure of the first game as much. because it's so hard to tell when, like, you're actually screwing up. Because, like, and I think I mentioned this in the last part, too, but when you, yeah, because, like, look, you missed 3 boxes, but you need to have the gems to get it. Whereas in, like, 2 and 3, when you don't have a gem platform, you're missing, like, 20 boxes. So, things that you clearly could not get, you know? Okay, so there is a key in this level, which means there will be Cortex tokens, I believe. I think that I remember that's how it was, anyway. If I'm not mistaken. Spider. Jump. Ooh, that was really close. I didn't think I was gonna make that. Tell you another movie I'm really excited for. Mamma Mia 2. I'm kind of joking about that. You know, in a way, like, part of me kind of is, just because I remember, God, if anyone's seen the OG Mamma Mia, you know it's a train wreck, but it's a fun train wreck. Like, it's funny to, like, watch and just make fun of. I remember, in theater class, that was the first time I ever watched it in high school. It was in high school. One of my theater classes, my teacher put it on, and I just remember thinking, like just the entire time, just watching the whole thing through, this is the most batshit insane, crazy thing I may have ever seen, you know? So, in those regards, I am very much looking forward to seeing Mamma Mia 2, but again, probably at my dollar theater, instead of at like the main movie theater chain. Okay. And I'm dead again. Fortunately, though, this one is not a level with a colored gem, so I don't have to worry about completing this in just one run. Nope! Okay. I second-guessed my jump, but didn't have enough time to recover. You know, in a way, I think the remake handled the color gem difficulty thing about as well as it could have, because and again, I'm covering old ground, but you know, I don't care. But I know I mentioned in the last part that, you know, originally in the PlayStation 1 version of the original Crash 1, you had to, God, those jumps are difficult. You had to complete each level, every single level, in just one go in order to get the gem, which is why practically nobody did it, because it was garbage. So they decided, I think somewhat smartly, that the colored gems would be relegated. Yeah, this was a garbagey one, I remember that. That the color gems would be the only ones that would still have that difficulty. Which makes sense, because, like, I would have preferred if they just didn't have that at all. Especially because, you know, it lines up better. Oh, I do not want this for that. Invincibility makes you faster, so it actually, like, makes my jump arc a little different, I think. So I don't really want it. For this moment. But it panned out okay in the end. Yeah, these Crash games, if you really know what you're doing, you're always going to have a boatload of lives. I think we're good. But just in case. Yeah, this is where we were. Okay. Because the gem platform was there. I just wanted to check because I was not sure. I think I gotta wait for a spider to come back in. Will it come back? God, I sure hope so. I'm gonna try to off-screen it. If I can get it to come back. Okay. Because if I'm not mistaken, I need that spider Yeah, I should have just trusted. It was just because there's so many levels in at least Crash 2 and 3, but mostly 2. Where no, but there's quite a few in 3 too, actually. So in Crash 2 and 3, a lot of the levels that have the multiple paths, when one path will end, it won't, or when the special path ends, it won't take you just straight back to where you left off. This one did, however, which was very kind of it.
What have we got?
I just like to double check because I get antsy, I guess. Or maybe not antsy, antsy might not be the word, but I get like anxious, I guess. You know? Oh, that's very satisfying. Oh, I still keep getting scared about this though. Okay. Boop, be-doop, be-doop. Doing good. Just about 50 boxes, almost there. Almost! Oh, I don't even know what... Oh! Ooh, I was flattened. But I'm alive! And checkpoint. That's all I needed. Alright. I'll never have to do that garbage again. Woo! Yeah. So we get closer and closer to the release of Spyro, which has me very excited. I'm gonna run back here. Which, I may or may not be streaming some Spyro. Yeah, this always does you dirty. That's why I'm glad they have those boxes there. I don't know if I'm gonna do any blind streaming of that game, cause you know, for me, I know a lot of people find the contrary entertaining, but I like to watch somebody who knows what they're doing. That couldn't have happened at a more ironic time, I think. Oh boy. But when it comes to gameplay stuff, like, no, I'm being serious. I like to watch somebody who knows the game, has at least played through it before, kind of knows their stuff, you know. Because there's you know, there's a certain frustration that you get when you know a game and you get like real lost, you know, and that stuff happens. I should have just waited. Didn't trust. Okay. But yeah, cause there's a YouTuber that I really love that's streaming some Batman Arkham Asylum right now, and keeps getting lost all the time, and I keep going, oh come on, no, please. So I don't ever want to be that guy for anyone. Oh, well that totally destroyed that too. Okay, I might have to rethink my approach here. Okay, this one I will still play out the same way. Here we go. Okay. Let's keep the questions going, guys. See if we can get a nice conversation started. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah! Heck yeah! That was cool. I did it! So yeah, and though I know Spyro pretty well, or at least 3, that is one that I might stream live, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I would not mind doing that one, just because I know and adore 3 100%. Pretty much by heart. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going to the right. I'm an idiot. Yes, because we're on the weird path. Yep, here we go. So yeah, so I might do some Spyro 3 blind. So when the Spyro Reignited Trilogy comes out, I guess expect some of that. Okay, now we just gotta hope that the rest of the boxes are gonna be in here. I think that is them all. We shall find out momentarily. Ooh. Oh. Not fast enough to get the one up. But that's okay. Yeah, 23. Yeah, no, that gets us to 112. And this'll be all. That'll be all. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Except I'm a bandicoot. Not a pig. I think the secret to this one is just to break the first one, and then to just let it explode the next couple ones. And then, yeah, there we go. And then we got the rest. Woo. Are we back at 99 yet? Yes, we are. Woo! Ooh, and we got our gem. Ooh, I'm proud. Leap of faith! And here we are. 13. Wow, that jumped us up to 76% complete. We're getting there, guys. We might get there. Castle machinery. Woohoo! Yep, here we are. I saw fumbling in the dark. So now that we have the other key, we can get the other secret level. So let's go ahead and do this. This is just a harder version of Light Valve. So I remember the jumps in this being really sucky. Because again, what we're doing is we're just jumping around to this, and yeah, it's not fun. This is one that doesn't have a whole lot of boxes in it, but there's still a lot of challenge here, and it is trickier than the other one, for sure. You know, case in point. Especially because I think this is a level where you have to do everything in one go, because I don't believe there are any checkpoints this whole way. I might be wrong, I might just not be remembering right, and I also might not remember to hit the jump button. That's something I occasionally will do. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about other games that I would want to stream. Spyro Reignited Trilogy for sure when that comes out. I'm thinking, you know, the more and more I think about it, I think streaming the third game live blind is not a terrible idea. So I might just do that. The other ones I don't think I will, just because I don't know Spyro 1 or 2 as well as I do 3. And when I do get to playing those ones, I know for sure that I will want to 100% complete them, which means that I will be spending a lot of time just kind of dicking around because I don't know what I'm doing. And again, those are the kinds of things that I worry about as a live streaming gamer, because I feel like those kind of things are boring to watch. And I don't want to be boring, I want to be loved and accepted by all. Except for spiders. That one can die. That's okay. Ooh, I got lucky there. I didn't even see that. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh. Well, shizzle my nizzle and call me Sally. Yep. Except there was a checkpoint, so I lied. Okay, I couldn't tell if that was at that moment or not. Ooh. I accept you. Thank you, Sabian. I appreciate it. Let's keep the questions coming, guys. there's anything interesting that you want me to talk about, I sure can. How? Oh. the moment I get a light, I die. But that I managed to make that entire playthrough blind. Oh, funny. Oof. Okay, good thing we were right at the end there. Good thing. 3 more boxes to go. We got this, guys. Ooh. What was the hardest game you've ever played? Boy, that's a hard question. Off the top of my head, what's the hardest game I've ever played? Man, because I've never played like the Dark Souls games or Bloodborne or any of those ones that people might expect as an answer, you know. Although I own Bloodborne, I do have that. It's just one of those games that, like, I really know I'm going to want to sink my teeth into, you know? And I don't want to play that casually. Unlike something like this, where, like, I could just pick up and play for a little bit and maybe stream on the odd occasion, you know? But Bloodborne is something I really got to get into. In terms of hardest game, gosh, I don't know. I hate to say it, but I don't find a lot of games super duper hard. God damn it, I almost got there. This game's the hardest game I've ever played. Nah. Not true. Gosh, I'm sorry I can't give you an answer, man. I'm just trying to spend some time thinking. I remember, okay, this is gonna seem like a very weird answer, but when I was little, and this was a game I should not have been playing when I was this age, but when I was like 9, my mom bought me Grand Theft Auto 3, and I just remember I don't remember much about that game, but I remember the character 8-Ball, and I know he had a mission where it was like you have to go and get like a car to have like a bomb on it, and you got a bomb somewhere. And I remember that was really hard. So that was, yeah, I don't even know if that's my hardest game I've ever played. It's just one that I've never completed, you know? So that is probably my... Although, you know what? Actually, Cuphead. I will say Cuphead. Although I really love Cuphead a lot. I've only ever played it at a friend's house, though, because I unfortunately do not own an Xbox. Yay, gem acquired. I do not own an Xbox. I have a PlayStation console. Although I have a laptop that can play Steam games pretty well, and I think Cuphead is on Steam. But I remember really enjoying... I just love the art style, the 1930s cartoon aesthetic. It's really cool. Castle Machinery. This is one... I think this has the yellow gem. Or do they don't look any different. That might be... Easiest game. Okay, this is gonna be another weird answer. Okay, by the way, here's what I love about this level, okay? And there's the end. Whoa! So this was the easiest game I've ever played. But how many boxes did I miss? Let's bury Crash. Yep, he's dead. Got some back problems now, but we passed the level. Yeah, I find that really funny. Yeah, and we can just go right to the boss if we want. Nah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna play this one as Coco. Haven't used her yet this session, so why not? Easiest game is... Okay, this is a fun story I like to tell. So, you guys... What? Oh, okay. I was like, am I supposed to be able to do that? Okay. I should have done that. They're, you know those like plug-and-play games that you can get? That have, yeah, I know, right? It's awesome getting all those lives when you don't need them. We're already at 99. But you know those like plug-and-play games where like they were a game all on its own, and you could plug it into your TV and play it. Well, I remember when I was really young, and I died. When I was really young, and by that I mean like 9 or 10. For my birthday, one of my buddies got me a Spider-Man 3 plug-and-play game. And I remember this was before the movie even came out, because my birthday was in March, and the movie came out in May. And so I played through the game real quick, real easy beat 'em up, and it spoiled Venom for me, because I remember, which is dumb, because I kind of figured Venom would be in the movie, because the whole black suit stuff. But I don't remember seeing any commercials with Venom in it before it came out. So I remember, you know, even having some doubt as like, will Venom even like really be the villain in this, or will he be like set up to be the villain in the next one? So I remember playing that game, and it spoiled it for me a little bit, but I also remember thinking like, oh, well, I played the Spider-Man 2 game, and, you know, Shocker and Rhino aren't in the movie, so, that was always my favorite thing about the Spider-Man, games, just seeing what the movie versions of those other villains would be like. But yeah, so the easiest game I've ever played was probably that Spider-Man 3 plug-and-play game. And I'm just moving past it. I had a, you know, it's kind of funny though, because Spider-Man 3 is probably my least favorite Spider-Man movie. And yet I remember being super hyped for that one. Because I was in 3rd grade at the time that it came out. And I remember I used to draw a lot, and I had notebooks where when class was done, I would be, I thought there might have been a secret up there. When class was done, or like when I was done with my schoolwork and stuff, I would draw, and I would fill entire notebooks with Spider-Man stuff, like scenes I saw in the trailers, or like things I thought would be in the movie. And I remember, and it was even before that, like right after Spider-Man 2 came out, that I had been doing that. Because I just remember Spider-Man was my all-time favorite superhero, still is. So I just remember, as a kid, just being super hyped for that one. So I had like 3 or so notebooks literally full of drawings and my story ideas for that. I remember even doing one for Spider-Man 4. So I drew Carnage and the Lizard a lot. I was when I was really young, I used to make, I think a lot of kids did this, but I used to make my own comics. So I would like draw and write a lot of Spider-Man stuff, like, guys, this is how the next movie's gonna go down, I'm telling you. Because I remember, like, getting really excited that I predicted what Spider-Man 3 was gonna be like, which is funny because, like, any kid probably could have predicted who the villains were gonna be of that one, at least. Because I remember, like, after Spider-Man 2 came out, I did a lot of drawings of Green Goblin and Venom together, because I thought, I'm like, oh, this is totally what the next movie is going to be like. Except I didn't expect Harry to look the way he did. I was really, I'm not gonna like for like as weird as Harry's Goblin design is in Amazing Spider-Man 2, I think his Goblin design in Spider-Man 3 is even weirder, because it doesn't even look like the Green Goblin, you know? Like a lot of people said he looked like a snowboarder, which is like totally true. That being said, I did dress up as New Goblin, as they called him, for Halloween one year, so I have pictures of that floating around somewhere, so that is a fun time. But I just remember thinking, like, before like it was revealed what Harry was going to look like, I always thought that they were going to give him like a variation of Willem Dafoe's Goblin suit that would have purple in it, so that it would look more like comic Green Goblin, which I thought would have been a cool idea. And I got, oh, and I was right at the end too. But yeah, so there's my Spider-Man history there. I'm still such a huge Spider-Man fanboy, but I don't draw as often as I used to when I was little, or would like to, because I know, you know, one of my favorite things to do with like superhero movie stuff in general too is to like sketch out what the movie versions of villains and other characters could look like. I'm not a great artist by any means, but I have come up with, I think, some fun designs before. So, I don't know, who knows, one day I might, like, go back to doing that, and I might actually post some stuff somewhere, or have, like, a collection video of, like, here's what all the Spider-Man villains would look like in the MCU, or other stuff like that. Because I think that'd be a fun thing. That's something that I've been curious about wanting to do, and just because, like, I myself am, like, intrigued with how they're going to make certain characters look, because I know the Vulture redesign for MCU was just really cool and not at all what I expected, but looked really wonderful. And I thought that the idea of giving him like a big like a leather jacket with the weird like fuzzy collar to kind of look like the Vulture's nest thing that he has in the comic books, I thought that was really brilliant. So it makes me wonder, like, what they're gonna do for Mysterio. That's gonna be like that, because there's no way they don't give him his fishbowl head, right? You know, there's just. So that is something that I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited about Jake Gyllenhaal getting to play Mysterio for the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel, which I think is really funny because oh gosh, a gang piled on me. But yeah, I just remember when Spider-Man 2 was coming out, apparently, and well, obviously I didn't know this at the time because I was a kid. Joey's trashed this game. Yeah, you're right, I sure am. But I remember when Spider-Man 2 movie was coming out, I know right before that, Tobey Maguire, like, broke his back real bad while filming Seabiscuit, and wasn't sure if he would come in for Spider-Man 2. And so I think the story goes that they hired Jake Gyllenhaal at the time to be, like, on standby to be Spider-Man if Tobey was, like, not able to. Which is funny, because, okay, nothing hit me there. Nothing hit me. Meh. So, and I just remember thinking, gosh, that was, you know, that movie came out in 2004, and Gyllenhaal almost was Spider-Man, and, like, he deserves his break, you know? And I remember apparently, and just because I only know this stuff because I'm, like, really intrigued by casting stuff, I'm pretty sure Gyllenhaal, auditioned for Batman Begins, and that would have been a very interesting take if he had been selected for the role. Oh, darn it. Yeah, these things are tough, because I don't think you can spin them. You have to jump on them in order to squish them. Actually, you know what? Let me try. Yeah, because spinning just pushes him away. Yeah. So yeah, no, I think that's awesome that he's getting to play Mysterio, and I think Marvel's been doing a real cool job of getting some really top-notch actors for their stuff. So yeah, learn something new every day, I hope. There we go. So, I will happily answer any other questions, too. I was real happy about that, getting off on that Spider-Man tangent. Covered a lot of ground. Okay. Got one more. Got one more for this guy. Or do we? Never mind. We got more than one because I died. Because I am trash at this game. I don't know how long I'm going to be going on the stream. Because, again, I would like to finish this. But if it takes too long for me to do that, then I won't. Favorite TV show? That's a toughie. I don't know, like, if Netflix stuff counts, then I'd say, probably Daredevil. Although I love Jessica Jones, I do think the second season is lacking in comparison to the first of that show. And it's just because I miss David Tennant. Because he was such a brilliant villain for the first season. That it's a shame he rarely comes back. He's the Hulk! Actually, no, he's question mark, exclamation point, question mark. I remember this one really like annoying me a lot in the Sane Trilogy version, because in the PlayStation version, you would have to like jump on this and jump at him right away, and so now you just gotta wait till like the last minute, and it always really bugs me. But yeah, we beat him. Nitrous Brio was dead. Well, not dead, because he'll be in the next game, but you know. But yeah, no, I think Daredevil, Season 1 at the very least, and I like Season 2, but I do think there's like a noticeable drop in quality with Season 1 and 2, because Season 1 was just so focused on, you know, telling the origin. Oh, and I gotta restart this because this is another colored gem level. Ooh boy. But after this, we should have everyone. Except for the purple one, but we need this gem in order to get that one. So yeah. Yes, favorite TV show. So if Netflix stuff counts, Daredevil, because Season 1 is a masterpiece. I think it's really a remarkable thing for sure. And Season 2 is good. The Punisher stuff is great. I'm just not as... I wasn't as invested in the Elektra storyline as I had hoped I would be. Okay, I think they trick us on the next one. This is a TNT. Yep, so you can't just go spinning. So I would, yeah, if you have Netflix, I'd really recommend that. There's a really good comedy I've been watching, called The Good Place, that I enjoy quite a bit. The premise of it is, it's like somebody dies, and it's like, oh, they're in heaven, but she doesn't belong there. And so now, I think there's a thing up there, I'm gonna die. So, I like that one a lot, but I haven't watched much. I've only seen the first, like, 7 or 8 episodes. Because I had been watching them with my ex-girlfriend, and I just haven't really, been motivated to... Actually, I don't know if that's... If I'm missing one when I get to the end, then I'll know there's one up there, but if not, I'm not going to worry about it. So yeah, after we broke up, I was like, I'm not going to watch this show for a while. So maybe, yeah, I'll go back to it because I remember really liking it, and I thought the... Oh gosh, I forget what her name is, but I thought the main character, the main girl, was really good and really, like, funny in a, like, she was like a charming asshole, if that makes any sense. There we go. So I'd recommend that. I think my favorite TV show, though, or like at least the one that I've been keeping up with the most, has been The Walking Dead, or in terms of like currently airing TV. Because if we're talking like just favorite show in general, then like that's a totally different story. Oh, I got him. Come on, that was garbage. Ugh. Now I gotta do it again. But yeah, I like The Walking Dead a lot. It's just the latest season did something really crazy and really radically different from the comic books, which I like a lot. And sometimes when they do stuff like that, they pan out okay, but you know, when it sometimes it feels like they change stuff just to change stuff, and that's what this felt like. So they did something really weird that I was like, really iffy on, and now apparently the main character is going to be leaving this next season. Like, he wanted out. So that has me like really worried about it, because I love the Walking Dead show. Because the comics are brilliant, the video games are magnificent. Or at least the first few seasons are, you know. But I don't know where it goes from here, which has me both kind of excited, but also mostly scared. But in terms of shows that like are not airing anymore, that I think are really like definitely worth a pickup. If you can get your hands on a copy of the complete series of the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon, do so. Because I'm sure anybody who's watching this after the fact, or is a superhero fan like I am, probably knows that Spectacular Spider-Man is just a really fabulous show. So, you probably already know this, but, you know, I'm gonna say it anyway. It's wonderful. And as much as I love Spider-Man Homecoming, this still is my favorite. It is still my favorite portrayal of Spider-Man ever. Because it gets so much right. In terms of, like, world building and the character and all that stuff. I weirdly just activated a bunch of secret stuff. Yep. Okay, this one's tricky. Oh, darn it. It's like right near the end, too. We'll get it. We'll get it, guys. I promise. I probably should have switched to Coco. Oh well. But Spectacular Spider-Man is a great TV show. If you're looking, if you're curious about getting into superhero cartoons, that's one I'd recommend. Or if you want to know more about Spider-Man, or like what the vibe of Spider-Man is, or what I think should be, that's the show to watch. Because that is the show that I died again. Ooh, that's the show that I think has just gotten the most right in terms of Spider-Man stuff. And actually another cartoon I'd recommend, since I was looking at my PlayStation Network Sonic profile picture, Sonic Mania Adventures is, there's like a little web series. There's 5 parts. 4 of them are out right now as I'm speaking, but I believe a 5th one is coming soon. I don't know how soon. I think it's next month, maybe. I think they've been a monthly thing. And by next month, I mean this month, because it's already July. Wow, time flies. But those are really fun, because they're kind of like Looney Tunes cartoons, but in the same graphic style as Sonic Mania is. So, I'd give that a watch. Anybody watching, feel free to go ahead and check that out. I think they're beautifully animated. So, yeah. And I just immediately died because I wasn't paying attention. Oh boy. Oh, I gotta stop doing that. I keep seeing a third person keep coming in and out, so. Anybody watching, if you have any more questions, I will always take them, so feel free to just keep typing them out and I'll get to them at some point. I love it when you guys direct the conversation. 'Tis fun. Okay, this little goopy boy. Looks like the goopy boy. It's my least favorite of the boys. Hey, third person watching. Greetings. Oh, never mind, you're gone. Well, goodbye, I guess. And here we go. Time to save my brother's girlfriend. Wait, what? Oh, well. Yeah, it's a little weird from Coco's perspective, I bet. Gosh, diggity dang. We'll get there. We'll get there. Just a reminder that deaths in the bonus missions do not count as deaths, so I can still get the yellow gem. Okay. Whoop. There we go. Okay, doing good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm sorry. That probably sounded horrible. Yay. Oh, she's gone. Would you rather have to give up your dream role in a play, or have you break up with the girl of your dreams? Ooh. That is a difficult question, Sabian. Good lord. Well, from my experience, the girl that I think is the girl of my dreams tends to not turn out to be. So I guess I would give up the girl. Oh, that seems horrible, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, but true love is true love, though. So if it really is true love, then you know I gotta give up the dream role. Sabian knows me well. He knows me really well in order to be able to get those tough questions there. Because anybody who knows me knows that I love acting, and it is my passion in life. I enjoy doing that. I don't think I should be up here. Okay, got it. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got that guy. Woo. That guy's official name, by the way, is really freaking hilarious. That guy is, or at least I consider it the official name. I don't know if it really is or not. But in the data for the game, he is listed, like, all the things in the game are listed as, like, object or texture or whatever. He is listed as object motherfucker. Like, no joke, in the original Crash 1, he is object motherfucker. So, every time I kill him, I'm just like, oh, that motherfucker. And, sure enough, I died right at the fucking end. Of course I did. Oh, I do that. 4 people watching. Hello, everybody. Just a reminder that I suck at this game and have to quit this level in order to get the gem. Just so you know. But for those of you joining us, hello. Hi. Feel free to say hello in the chat. I have been answering questions about various things, mostly from my buddy Sabian here. So, if anybody has some stuff, I talk about all sorts of things. Even though my channel is mainly superhero-related stuff, I also enjoy video games, so I'll answer video game questions as well. since I am playing a video game in particular, but also things about life too, other things, and the such. Movies and TV, personal stuff. Although maybe not too personal, I guess. Joey, what's your social security number? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's 6... No. And I have to die because there are boxes up there that I missed because I broke the thing. Ah. Crash Bandicoot is a game about suicide, guys. Sorry to tell you, but that's the truth, Ruth. Yay. Yeah, no, it really is. Like, it's really funny because suicide is a valid strategy in order to get a lot of the boxes and stuff. Like, having a, like, instead of just going back and like, oh, I'm just gonna get a checkpoint box and I'm just gonna go back and kill myself and stuff. It's like, yeah, you know, you can do that. So remember, guys, in Crash Bandicoot, suicide is an option. In real life, please don't. Oh, I thought that might have killed me in midair. Fortunately, I think the hitbox for that guy turned off. It's all in the timing. You know, these levels aren't, like, super long, but there is a method to it, you know? Like, you gotta... Ah, damn it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm telling you, these levels where you gotta get the gems are just taking the most out of me. Although I swear, once we get this and we go back and get the other one, that it is going to be smooth sailing. Or smoother sailing. I think this might actually be the last, like, level in the game. Because if I am remembering correctly, what is next is the hallway, which is where you have to go through once you get all the gems to get the secret ending, and then just the Cortex boss fight. I think that's it. So we are very near the end of the game. The only thing is, I will go back anyway, and I will go back and get the gems in the levels with the color gem pathways. So I will be doing that. But anyway, Sabian, that was a very interesting question, by the way. That moral dilemma, giving up my dream role. In terms of, you know what, that might be a fun topic to explore, dream roles. Because I am an actor, and, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I like to, you know, that I'm interested in, so naturally I have kind of a list of dream roles. I don't actually have a physical list on me, so I can't, but in terms of superhero stuff, like, the things that you guys from the audience would probably be more interested in, Spider-Man, because I've identified with that character for so long. Robin has been another one too, since I was real little. I have really enjoyed Robin's character. Specifically, I really enjoy, yeah, I'm gonna fall. I really like Tim Drake's Robin. So I remember feeling kind of excited, at least at first, hearing that, oh, damn it, I would have made that too if I'd just been like a second before. I remember being really stoked hearing about the production of Batman vs. Superman when they were like, we're going to have an older Batman who's been through a lot, maybe he's lost a Robin, and I'm like, oh, so this is like right before Tim Drake comes in. I'm like, oh, that's cool, so maybe you know, I didn't want to, like, I didn't seriously think I stood a chance, but I'm like, oh, they might introduce Tim Drake. Huh, I'll throw my name out there on the internet, maybe. Because that never works for anybody. So might as well try it, right? Oh, those things kill me automatically. Good to know, good to know. And even though I'm back at the start, I think it still counts if you die, so I just quit just to make sure and start back up again. Okay, here we go. We are gonna do it. We're gonna do it to it. And not say screw it. I don't want to be the one who blew it. And then all my haters will say they knew it. Play Cooking Mama. I plan to. Yeah, after this stream. That's the next game I will stream. Cooking Mama. That is a lie. I will not. Because not only do I not own any of the Cooking Mama games, but I also don't have I don't have an Elgato or like a what was the other thing, like a Hop Hog or something. Yeah, I don't have like any recorders to play the game, so I'm streaming this off of my PlayStation, and I died again. I'm gonna chalk some of this up to it being kind of late at night and me just being a dum-dum. Just a good old dum-dum and not paying any attention. I'm going to sip on some water. Give me just a moment. Very refreshing. That was not. Ooh, oh boy. I am sorry. Yeah. I'm a cool guy. Thanks, Yoshi. Appreciate it. Although I'm sure that just that emoji doesn't mean that you're calling me cool, but, you know. I'm choosing to take it that way. Gosh darn it. Ooh, yeah, here my problem with these levels is that they're very pattern based. No, you're not cool. Yeah, I figured. They're very pattern based, and you get into a certain rhythm, and then they disrupt the pattern, like right at the end. And that has been like the game plan for Crash. This whole game, it seems. Not so much 2 and 3, but this is how I feel a lot of the harder levels are in 1 are this way. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 12. I don't care. Take her if you want. I don't need her. Who needs a girlfriend, am I right? Hashtag single life is best life. Jump. You know, Crash Bandicoot is a really good game, I think, for people trying to like get motor skills. Because I think, you know, it takes a lot of like this game, this first game in particular, but even so, 2 and 3 and stuff, it's all about pattern recognition. It really is. Oh, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna do it. I promise. Yeah, we knocked him off. Okay. Come on, guys. You believe in me. I know you believe in me. Oh, we got it. Okay. Okay. We got this. 3 more. Oh, no. I'm so not cool. Okay. 4th person. Hello, 4th person. How's it going? Well, I hope. Better than me. because I am losing my mind while playing Crash Bandicoot. I am doing a 100% playthrough, and we're getting near the end, so if you're curious. Okay, bye fourth person, that's fine, we don't need you here. Alrighty, folks. So feel free to keep those questions coming, because I do enjoy that, and it helps me keep on track with something, you know, getting to talk about some stuff. You know, it's funny though, because you can actually spin away those bonus tokens, and then you're just screwed, and you can't get to the bonus levels. You can also spin away lives. And Wumpa Fruit, which is, god damn it, which is less important because, you know, you're gonna get a crap ton of lives playing this game just normally anyway. Okay, so if I'm here and you're playing Crash Bandicoot, then who's flying the plane? Well, have no fear. I just blew up the autopilot, our inflatable autopilot, so we're all good. If you've seen Airplane, you'll know that reference. Airplane's such a good movie. I was having a conversation with one of my older friends the other day about some of the greatest comedies of all time. And when I say older friends, I mean like 70 years old. He's a pal I do theater with sometimes, and he's real chill. And we talk. We both have a love for movies. So he talks to me about some stuff too. So he was mentioning to me one movie. I don't remember the name of it, but it sounds friggin' hilarious. Where it's got Vincent Price, who superhero fans might know as Egghead from the '60s Batman show. He was like, god damn it. He was god damn it. No, he was the. I guess he played like some businessman guy, or something, and the premise of it was, he was like the bad guy, and like and I forget who he said the lead was, but there was basically like a game show, to, I guess, win Vincent Price's company, and so this guy gets on this show, and he like totally cheats the system, like hardcore, and the movie was like all about Vincent Price just reacting really like angrily, and it was really funny to watch. So that is a thing. I really dig comedies for films. Always good for a laugh, and it's nice when they have something fun to say too. One movie that I like a lot, I would consider up there as one of my favorite movies of all time, is, god damn it, keep doing that. And the word of the day is god damn it, ladies and gentlemen. Take a shot every time I say god damn it, god damn it, god damn it, god damn it. Oh wait, I was gonna restart. I don't need to do that because I died in the bonus level. Haha. But Some Like It Hot is one of my favorite comedies, and even one of my favorite movies of all time. Which, if you don't know, it's a younger Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis, and they're playing two musicians who witnessed the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, and so they have to go on the run from these mobsters, and so they join a traveling female troupe of musicians, and so they dress up as girls, and they wind up meeting Marilyn Monroe, and of course one of them falls in love with her, and it's funny because it's like, well, you're a girl. I was like, no, stop it, you can't. He's like, I'm gonna reveal my disguise, like, but then you're gonna die because the freaking mobsters. I don't care, I'm in love, yada yada yada. And then they just get into all sorts of hijinks, and there's a lot of like really funny physical humor. And I remember there was a theater nearby me that was going to do it as a show, but I guess it got canceled for, I don't know if it was for copyright reasons or for something, but they could no longer do that show, and that upset me because I remember thinking, oh, they're doing that as a stage show. I'm like, that's awesome. There we go. That motherfucker is gone. And again, his official name is Motherfucker. Oh man! Oh, if I didn't try to veer left or right, what am I talking about? I totally would have made that. Gosh, I am sorry, guys. I'm spending way too long on this. But we're near the end. I hope you can forgive me for that. We're near the end. I would, considering how long I've been spending on this, I would totally just complete the level normally, just to get it done and over with. But it is the very last level of the game, I believe, and we also need that color gem to start getting our extra gems that we didn't get yet. So we gotta do this, guys. This will be our last big stretch, because I promise you, everything else will come naturally. Everything will come naturally. And for some reason I decided to say that in a silkier tone of voice and a lot slower, which totally made it sound sexual when in fact it was not. Bonus level, ooh. Okay, come on, get up here. Okay, good. And I went all the way around. I'm a fool. You are a coward and a fool. How can I? There we go. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh, what the? That was not 5. What happened there? Maybe I'm just crazy. I can't count right, apparently. But that's okay. We don't need to count here. We just need to play video games. And not even play them well, because I've been on this level for 20 minutes now. God damn it. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. We'll get it, guys. I have a feeling about this run. We came so close last time. So close. 4 people here. Hello, yes. Howdy. If anybody has any more topics of conversation they would like to suggest, I am all up for it. And I really have screwed myself over on that one, huh? So yeah, I am always going to take questions on these live streams. God damn it, I keep doing that. Just a reminder that this is one of the final levels of the game, so and it has a colored gem. So I need to get all of the boxes without dying. Except bonus levels don't count. Favorite dino? I am assuming dinosaur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wasn't as into dinosaurs as a lot of kids were when I was real young. I always thought dinosaurs were cool, but I just never had like a whole lot of dinosaur toys like a lot of kids did. Because I found that quite a few of my friends like had a lot of dinosaur stuff, which is cool. Dinosaurs are always cool. But it might be stereotypical, but I guess T-Rex probably would be a good answer. Although I think raptors are pretty cool too, just because they're like real fast and deadly kind of guys, so they're kind of fun that way. But the T-Rex is the king, baby. You can't dethrone the king. Except in a lot of Shakespeare plays, you dethrone the king. But besides the point. But yeah, dinosaurs aren't really something I was super fond of until like recently, just watching the Jurassic Park movies and stuff like that. So I never really had a huge fixation on that. When I was young, I did have G.I. Joes, which is funny because I don't have like any family members in the military or anything, and I'm not like big on that myself. So I find that kind of funny. But I had a lot of superhero action figures. Obviously, you know, big shocker. Ooh. Died again. Lovely. Restarting the level. Gotta get that color gem, guys. But yeah, I had a lot of superhero toys. Obviously, I played with a Spider-Man toy a lot because I like Spider-Man quite a bit, as I've said before. So yeah. I hate color. Yeah, I get you, man. I'm at that point too. Sabian, have you played this game? Or do you just hate how it takes me forever with the color gems? do you have personal experience, or do you just think I suck? Or both? Because odds are, if you think I suck, that's true. I often do use a straw when I'm drinking, so I do suck. Whoop. I'm just gonna wait this out. Oh, god damn it. Once a while ago, a friend had it. Okay. Yeah, I have that a lot with... Oh, I was just gonna go right ahead. Yeah, I have that with a lot of, like, older games. Is that it's like, oh, a friend had this, and I never did, and stuff like that. I had that with the original Super Smash Brothers, because I didn't own a Nintendo 64. I had a PlayStation, and my friend had it, and also had GoldenEye. That's how I experienced GoldenEye for the first time. Really good shooter, the James Bond game. Yep, I didn't think I was gonna make that either. So yeah, I remember I would go over to his house, and like a lot of the times we would just play Super Smash Brothers because I was really enthralled by the game and I liked it a lot. I will say though, you know, I remember for the first time, you know, playing that for the first time, I was like, what the heck is this controller, you know? Because I was used to the standard PlayStation controller, and you know, if we're being honest, the Nintendo 64's controller is very odd. That is what I will say about that. I don't think it's inherently bad, but just the way that it is structured, you can't really, how do I explain this properly? You can't really like hit all the buttons super easily, and so therefore a lot of the games that were made for it weren't made with hitting a bunch of buttons in mind. If that makes any sense. So there were a lot of buttons on the controller, but not all of them were used all the time. So a lot of the games felt simpler, I guess, on Nintendo 64 compared to PlayStation, I think. Or at least at the time. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, sorry we're taking so long on this, folks. I promise you, once we start playing through 2 and 3, that this kind of thing will not happen. Well, because first of all, I won't have to retry every level in order to get the gems, but also because I know 2 and 3 a lot better than I do 1. So, it stands to reason that we will fare better there than here. But I feel good. I feel good about this run. Getting there? Okay, here we go, guys. Okay, 3 more boxes, 3 more boxes. We're gonna do this. We are going to do this. I wanna cry. I'm sorry, guys. I know. I know. I know. I hate me too. Ooh. Man, you never know the desperation of a man until you, watch him live stream Crash Bandicoot at, almost 1 in the morning. Almost, not quite. We'll get there. Or at least where I am, that's what it is. I know I said before last live stream, but I will reiterate that I will attempt to make a more consistent schedule of my live streaming, because it is something that I would like to do more. So I'm thinking about maybe creating, or there is a Facebook page for the Superhero Fan Show, which is what I used to call this channel, but I think I will relegate it to just those review stuff. And I might have like a couple different shows on this channel. I might figure I'm gonna be retooling some things, so stay tuned, I suppose. But yeah, I was thinking about, you know, either posting stuff on there, or maybe I would create like an Instagram for my YouTube, and then just post about when I'm going to stream and have like a schedule or something. So if that ever does happen, I will make an announcement video. I'll post links and stuff like that, so I can let people know about that stuff, because I'd like to build an audience. I think that would be a thing that would be fun. Okay, speed run, speed run, speed run. Okay, well that's one way to murder a man. Okay. Forgive me if I get overly silent. Find out a good pattern. Okay. Okay, next one. I totally cheated, but I'm okay with that. Okay, and they're all gonna blow up, and they're all gonna blow up, and we got the gem! Oh, I actually feel like I could scream. I'm not going to though, because that would be rude and impolite of me. And I don't want to be that guy. 87%. Oh, here we go, guys. We're getting there. We are getting there. See, yep, Great Hall. Also Stormy Ascent is up here, but that's a bonus thing, so we'll do that later. So, let's just complete the Great Hall really quick. And then I think we'll go back and do some gem hunting. So, we can use those platforms and we can get down and start to do the secret ending thing, but we don't have all the gems yet, so we can't actually take all of the platforms. So, yeah, ooh, I feel you too, Crash. That was a real hard level. So glad you got through it. And there's the final boss. But we're going to save him for the very last. So here's what I would like to do. I am going to, first of all, I'm going to get that purple gem, because now that we have the yellow gem, we can get the purple gem. And as everybody knows, you need yellow before you can get purple. I guess I should explain these. These are for time trial relics. Something I mentioned in the first part that they added into Crash 1 that was not in Crash 1, but was in 3, and they added it into to 1 and 2. But what they are basically, they're time trials. You know, you start them and then they, you know, the timer's clicking down and you have to speed run through the level. And yeah, and you have to get relics if you want to get like special bonus percents and stuff. They don't do anything in Crash 1 or 2 as far as I'm concerned, except give you trophies. In Crash 3, you do need them in order to get to bonus levels. So when we get around to doing Crash 3, I will be showing off the relics because you need to do that in order to get 100%. Alright. And just a reminder that this is a colored gem, so I do need to do this in one run. Yeah, I'm very glad that they changed how they do the gem thing in Crash 2. Which is why I like replaying Crash 2 and 3 a lot better. Because I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I play through a game that has like special bonuses and stuff like this, where it's like, well, you know, you can just get through the level normally, but there are bonus gems and stuff you can collect to get 100%. Like, you know, if there's like a 100% option or something, I always have to take it. Because it just kind of bothers me to leave things incomplete, you know? So I have an inkling every time I want to replay these games, especially, you know, just Crash being the way that it is, just the structure of the game. I always find it more fun in general to go for 100%. So when I play these games, you know, I want it to be 100% through. Starting to get into a rhythm here. Doopy doopy doop. Okay. Now I gotta remember to chill the F out sometimes because these glowy Akus do last longer than I think they do. I'm never gonna be able to make that jump. I just need to take my own advice and do what I just said a second ago and just chill out for a minute. Oh, goodness gracious. So, when we are done with this, I will be going back and getting the other gems, and then we'll do the 100% ending and do the final boss and stuff. Getting into the swing of things, doing real well here. And it helps to hit the jump button. Oh boy. Okay. I'm sorry guys, I'm doing my best. Ooh, okay, here we go. Now, you know, the thing does say, the little hint at the beginning says, break every box without dying to earn the gem. So I think maybe you can get away with if you die before you reach a checkpoint. I think maybe you could get away with dying but still continuing. I'm not sure though, and I've already hit a checkpoint anyway, so I don't feel like risking that. Okay. Playing the rest blind, guys. And we're dead. That's what happens when a blind man is walking down a hallway. They just fall and die. But don't worry, we will get this. It's not that hard, but you know, when you get hit and you lose the Aku, then you just can't see. And it's hard to do things when you can't see. That being said, there is a wonderful channel of this blind man who does literal blind playthroughs of video games. That's what he calls them, blind playthroughs. I think that's kind of clever, but he, yeah, no, he plays a video game, and he is actually blind. And I remember, I think he started with Ocarina of Time, and he made kind of headlines because he finished it. It took a bunch of episodes, but he did it. And I don't remember, I was watching a little bit of it. He was an entertaining guy, he was a fun dude. So I remember, you know, thinking that was a really incredible thing. Ah, darn it. I just remember thinking that was a really incredible thing, and I don't remember exactly how he did it, but I think he had like he had some like special accessory that the game was hooked up to, where things would, I think it was like things would vibrate weird in his hands, and he could like tell what direction he was going in or something. I don't remember what it was, but I thought that was a real remarkable achievement. Okay. Hate that there's a checkpoint that early, because, you know, I would almost prefer if these levels didn't have a checkpoint. You know, regardless of whether I can, you know, just complete the level without dying or not, you know. Yeah, ugh. You see, here's the thing. I'm trying to be really careful with the rats, because, you know, if you spin them and they go ahead, then they can break boxes that are way ahead of you sometimes. And I don't want to do that because I want to save my light sources because they go out after a time. So I want to make sure I have those light sources there. So I'm being overly careful with them and still getting hit, because I'm letting them get too close because I don't want to spin them. So maybe I should just try spinning them anyway and just see what happens. Almost didn't jump there. That would have been bad news. Would have been some bad news bears right there. Was that a cartoon? I feel like that was a cartoon. Bad News Bears. Or a children's book or something. Or just a funky saying. I don't know. Kind of like jumping Jehoshaphat's. We're like, oh, who's Jehoshaphat and why is he jumping? But in reality, it probably isn't even actually a story. Just a fun saying somebody said once. That being said, though, I remember when I was real little, though, like, my mom used to tell me jumpin' Jehoshaphat stories, because that was a fun little saying thing. And I think we're pretty much in the clear once we get up here, actually. Because I just remember, yep. And all the colored gems are obtained. Hooray! But back to what I was saying, I remember, just my mom was telling me jumpin' Jehoshaphat stories. It was just about, like, a little kid who would, like, just jump around a lot. I always thought that was kind of cute, kind of fun. Okay, so guys, now that we have done everything, we're gonna go all the way back to the beginning, and we're gonna get all of these gems that we haven't gotten. Because now that we have all the colored gems, we can sure do that. So I'm just gonna go way back to the beginning just to make sure I'm getting all the levels. Okay. So Insanity Beach is good. Jungle Rollers. Let's show off Coco in this level, because I don't think we did that. I apologize if I am being a little sleepy here. I'm just a little tired. Has been a long day for me. Oakley dokley. So guys, I have a question for you now. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag waving through the air, waiting to start again? Because sometimes that's how I feel like. What? That's a Katy Perry song lyric? What? No. Those are my actual true feelings. I don't even know if I got the lyrics right, actually. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tired, so I'm not sure if I am saying the correct things or not. Okay. Oh, you know what I want to get back to? I started talking about dream roles like forever ago, and I mentioned Spider-Man and Robin. But I'm a big theater buff too, so in terms of things that probably could happen for me, because you know, community theaters and whatnot, as opposed to like big Hollywood productions. I've always been a big fan of The Odd Couple. So I would love to be, although I feel like I would probably be more likely to be typecast as Felix, given my personality. I would like to play Oscar. I think that would be a lot of fun. And I love The Odd Couple a lot. It was a show I actually did once. I did the gender swapped female version. I was one of the Hispanic brothers, the Costa Escuela brothers, who come to seduce the girls who were Olive and Florence instead of Oscar and Felix. But I think that's just, you know, goes to show how brilliant Neil Simon is in that comedy that's very much about relationships and stuff. The story does not change at all when you swap genders, which I think is really fascinating and very intriguing. So yeah, I'd like to be Oscar in The Odd Couple someday. One of my buddies played Gatsby in a Great Gatsby stage adaptation, and I always thought that would be something fun to do. And there's a theater near me that's doing it, and I like just missed auditions because I didn't know about it. So I'm a little upset about that, but that's okay. Other theater roles that I would want to do. What else would I want to do? I dig me some Arthur Miller. I did a production of All My Sons in college, and that was fun. I remember The Great Gatsby. Yeah, Sabin, I think you went and saw that with us. We saw our buddy Owen was Gatsby. Did a great job. But I dig me some Arthur Miller. I really would love to be, well, when I'm older, Willie would be fun to be, but for Death of a Salesman, I want to be Biff, the son, because there's a very interesting story going on there with those characters, I think. I'm trying to think other things that I would really want to do. Oh, one of my dream shows to do is there's a really magnificent play called The Complete Works of William Shakespeare Abridged, where the whole thing is, it's 3 actors on stage for a whole show trying to act out all of Shakespeare. It's so funny, and there's a lot of moments where, you know, they're just talking directly to the audience, and they get to make fun of a lot of stuff about theater and about Shakespearean plays in general. And I always thought that would be really fun. Something I thought would be really cool one day. Kind of a side dream of mine, something I would like to do one day, but if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to cry or anything about it. But Something I would like to do one day would be to create my own theater company, like make it a troupe of actors, and one of the first shows I would do would be Complete Works of Shakespeare Abridged, and I'd cast me, and I got 2 other buddies that are really good at improv, and that might be what that is something that I would consider doing, or would want to anyway. Otherwise, I would love to do it at some point, anyway, you know? Remember, there's nothing back there. Yeah. And then, of course, you know, in terms of Shakespeare stuff, I would love to do Hamlet. Because I think most actors do. Because that is, like, the role, right? A lot of people think that. Although there are a lot of other really wonderful dramatic Shakespearean roles. Macbeth would be a fun one to do. Very different kind of character than Hamlet too, for sure. And I'm sure there's a few others, but I just can't think of it. Oh, Prospero from Tempest would be fun. I just think that's kind of cool that there's a Shakespeare play that's about magic, you know. But yeah, and there's a show actually. There's a Shakespeare that I've done twice. That I would absolutely revisit in a heartbeat. And that would be Much Ado About Nothing. I played Benedict twice. Once my senior year of high school, and then in college, they were doing a production of it, and I happened to get cast as Benedict again. I really love that character a lot. I could play him a million times and be a-okay with that. And there's also, you know, a lot of characters in that would be a lot of fun too. Like I always thought Claudio would be fun, would be a fun challenge, because a lot of actors play Claudio really straight, I guess. Or at least, I mean in terms of, like, he's typical handsome young man, lead character archetype, you know. So I always thought it would be fun to have, like, you know, it'd be fun to put a spin on it, you know. To just try to make him a little more tragic or more dramatic, you know. And Don Pedro is a fun character too in that show. So just those 3 guys, and even when I'm older, Leonardo would be fun too. So that is a show that I could do for the rest of my life, shuffling through roles. And Dogberry is a fun character too. He's like the idiot drunk policeman, who always tries to seem smart, but always, like, uses the wrong words. So he's trying to use big boy words, but he just doesn't remember what they mean. So it's really funny. And there was you know, I gotta say though, no one could ever beat the girl who played her in our high school version. And yeah, I say girl because usually Dogberry's a guy. But you know, our high school was very, as most theater programs I think are, in high schools at least, are very female heavy. So we had to change a lot of genders for a lot of roles. Like our Balthazar was a girl, most of our Watchmen were women, and like the Sexton, Messenger, you know, all those characters were girls and stuff too. I remember really thinking, like, it was a very odd choice to pick a girl to play Dogberry, just because that's such a, like, a masculine character. It's really, like, he's really known for being that way. But man, our girl, her name was Katie. She was so good. I remember every night she broke something different on the set. I thought that was really funny, and so like that character, you know. And she wound up, like, improving a bunch of stuff, which is, ooh, that was a really close jump, which is hard to do Shakespeare-wise, because I even remember, one of my best friends in the whole world, you know, God bless his soul that night, because there was, he was doing a scene, with one of the actors who was playing Don John, the bad guy, and our Don John totally forgot his line, and like spaced out and like didn't think it was him, and so my buddy was trying to like improv that situation, and I just remember like just going, oh god. It's like I just felt so bad because I'm like, oh, he's not getting, like, our Don John's not getting it. He doesn't know. That was a fun time. But something so wonderful about doing theater, that just I can do it just for my whole life, because of just how wonderfully collaborative it is. Yeah, we got the gem. It requires a lot of people to get into it, a lot of people to run things backstage, a lot of people to do the casting and costuming and acting, all that stuff. So yeah, no, it really does take a lot of collaboration, which is why it's always fun when things come together, you know. So yeah, that is just about the only show that I think I could do for the rest of my life and not get tired of it. Which, hey, I know there are people who do that. You know, I know Broadway, a lot of Broadway shows, you'll hear like an actor is like retiring after their like 200th performance or something crazy like that. Hello, bro. Well, hello there. I don't know who this is because I don't recognize the username. So if I know you in real life, say hello. Introduce yourself. And if I don't, then, well, nice to meet you. Sorry if that was awkward, but that's my middle name, Joey Awkward Whalen. Whoop. But yeah, back to the whole theater thing. It's just a lot of fun. I'd recommend it to people who want to come out of their shell kind of thing. I'm doing some community stuff here and there. I'm really trying to branch out some more now, so. You play awesome, bro. Greetings from India. Oh, hello! Oh, that's really cool. That's awesome. Thank you so much, sir. Or madam. I guess I don't really know. I can't tell based on the username. I am certainly doing my best to play well for you guys. I am of the mindset that you should be playing games, or streaming games that you are really good at. Because I think it's boring sometimes when people don't know where they're going, or, you know, so I will, maybe eventually at some point, I will do, you can call me Sammy. Okay, hi Sammy. I feel like at some point, you know, blind playthroughs can just get really bogged down by people not knowing what they're doing or where they're going, things like that. So that is always a problem. So yeah, I play a lot of Crash Bandicoot. It is one of my favorite games. So I figured, hey, it's a fun game to stream. Why not? Okay, here we go. After this, I think we'll have maybe 6 more levels to do. I am not sure. 5 people in the chat, nice. It's more than I've had in a while. That is awesome. Oh man, you know, it's wonderful when you get all these extra lives, but then you realize that you maxed out at 99, so it's not fun. Okay, see you later, bro. I have subscribed to you. Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate that. Always nice to have new people come in. 83. Okay, only a few more boxes left, and then we will be at the end. See, I told you guys, once we got all those colored gems, things would be zooming on by. Zooming on by. 4 people watching still, that's great. Feel free to keep the comments coming if you want to ask any questions about what's going on, other stuff. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking about random stuff. So I mentioned this before. on the last live stream, but I had been doing a show at my college, Peter and the Starcatcher, which is an origin story for Peter Pan, and we just wrapped that up, and sad to see it go, but also really relieved at the same time, because that was a stressful production for me. Ugh. You know, and I was telling some people at the cast party and stuff, like, I was like, oh god, this is, like, the first show in a real long time that I've just been, like, glad it's over, just because I just got so tired. It was a musical, so it just took a lot out of me, and I just had a lot of personal stuff. Hey man, do you like India, Indians and their culture and stuff? I would say I would say so. I don't really know a whole lot about that culture myself. I do remember learning a little bit about it in high school. I know we'd had a world history course, and I believe we had a whole section devoted to Indian culture. It's sad to say I don't remember a whole lot, because that was a while ago, but you know, I am all up for learning more stuff about all sorts of cultures and stuff. You know, I like to be I like to think I'm a diverse person. I like to think that I know about others. I like to try to get my knowledge out there, you know. Sorry if I'm flubbing up on the words here. I'm trying to concentrate in the game too. But I do like Indian food. I remember one of my friends, we used to have a moment where or a moment we used to have a period in our lives where, like, a lot of us were free and we had some extra money and stuff, so we would we had, like, a tradition of, like, all the time we would go to different restaurants, and we would try new things, you know, different things that we haven't in a long time, and that's something I really hope we bring back to our friend group. I think that would be fun. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of money at the moment. I'm dealing with, like, family members having medical issues, things like that, but I remember, yeah, trying a lot of some of the Indian food there. They had some real good stuff. Glad that your country provides you knowledge of our country. Appreciate it, bro. God bless you, man. Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate it. That's real nice to hear. Yeah, no, I'm real thankful that I live in the United States. I'm real thankful about you know, the way that we treat other cultures in our education. I think that's always really cool to have just a broad sense of, like, what other places in the world are like. I always find that really fascinating too, you know. So there's some I'm still a part-time college student, so there are more classes at my school aimed at teaching us about diversity. So I will, you know what, I think I will look into taking some of those, because I think that would be fun, and that would be something I would definitely want to do. Just broaden my horizons a bit, you know? Sabian, I'm going to go back to your question. Sorry, it took me a while to get there. What is an improvised moment that you did in a play? There was one, the first one that really pops into my head was, in high school I did this show. It was called Any Number Can Die, and it was kind of a parody on murder mysteries. It was very much based on, like, Agatha Christie. If anybody knows her as a writer, she did Murder on the Orient Express and like A Murder Is Announced, lots of other things of that nature. It was very much based on her line of work, pretty much. And I remember that show was during a very weird time in our high school theater, because our high school teacher got electrocuted really bad, and was in the hospital for a while, and his brain wasn't, like, working super great for a while, so we had a student kind of take over as director of the show that we had been working on at the time, and that led to some very interesting things happening, because I remember there was one guy who was who was, I guess, kind of our lead character, although it was more of an ensemble piece. I feel like a lot of us had a lot to do. So he was like, this guy played our detective, and was, I recall, was frequently not at rehearsals, something which, you know, I thought wasn't fun, especially because we had an understudy for the role who came in and was at every rehearsals and was filling in and doing this role really well. And it got to the point where he knew his lines too, and so I just was really saddened when the student who was in charge still let that actor, that original actor who was never there, come back to the role, because he didn't know his lines. And in order to keep him in the show, he had his script on stage, which, you know, for anybody who's done theater for a while, kind of knows that's generally not a thing you do. And he didn't know the show super well, even with the script. So, you know, there were moments where he would call characters names that were not their own, or where he would like totally forget to do something. And one such instance was there's a really important moment where he has to discover a trap door. And it was a really, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like, it was a cool set and a really cool budget and stuff. Like, we had some real fun stuff for that show. Unfortunately, this one actor kind of ruined it a little bit. Not entirely. I mean, it was still a fun production, and I do think, you know, for the most part, a lot of people did very well on that show, and I have fond memories too. But it's one I would want to redo again, you know, at some point in my career. But I remember he's supposed to find this trap door, and he never did. Like, it was his moment to do so, and it was the worst, because it was like, okay, this is like after every character has been formally introduced, everybody's all on stage together, and it's supposed to be like a really important moment, and he's not knowing what to do. So we had, I remember me and my buddy Aaron, who he was also, he was improv captain of the team the year before me, so we both knew improv stuff pretty well. And I remember, you know, we looked at each other on stage, and we kind of just, you know, kind of nodded to each other like, okay, we're going to try to do something about this. So we started, like, striking up a conversation in character, and we tried, like, you know, directing our eyes at the guy playing our detective character, and we were trying really hard to, you know, cue him in. I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to do that way. I'll figure it out. And so we kept trying to use words and stuff, trying to get him to find this secret trap door, because the important thing was that one of the characters was supposed to appear dead on the other end of the door. So, you know, we tried really hard to do that. And he wasn't getting the hint. But I do recall. Okay, I wondered. Because I do recall that there was a. Oh, what am I saying? I am so sorry. I'm getting tongue-tied. So what wound up happening was we were improvising a whole scene for a real long time, until basically the guy who was supposed to pop out of the trapdoor dead just kind of wandered on stage and died. And we made it so that my buddy and I found the trapdoor later, and we were able to get that in there still, and keep the show going. But it was an insanely stressful time too. So that was, yeah, maybe not my favorite improvised moment, but like the one where I had to do, or me and my friend had to do quite a lot to get us back on track. I remember there was also another show I did too, where I was playing kind of a dumb character. It was Night of the Living Dead the musical. Yeah, that was a very interesting show. And I played kind of a the dumb, like, super tough guy stereotype dude. So not me, but, you know, worked out well, I thought. Because I had a moment where I had to, like, run up the stairs, and I actually, like, tripped real bad and fell down the stairs. So, you know, in the moment I was like, oh my goodness. And then I made a really stupid joke to myself on stage that people laughed at. Because I have my character had a song that was it was called "No Wussies Allowed," and so this was like after I had sung that song already, and I was running up the stairs, and you know I fell. So I just looked at myself and was like, oh, come on, man, be a tough guy, you can handle this, you know, no wussies allowed. And so I remember that got a chuckle, and some of my actor friends backstage were like, you should just fall every night and make that a running gag for the rest of the shows. And I said, nope, I am not gonna do that, because I don't want to fall down the stairs anymore. But yeah, and there's always some, I have found anyway, that there tends to be a little bit of improv in certain instances. Oh, that's another one where I have to jump on that. I did not know that. In the last show I did, there was a little bit of improv stuff I had to do. Nothing like huge, but just if we're talking improv stuff, it's noteworthy to bring up. I had a moment where I was shirtless, in a skirt, and in a oh, I can probably walk forward and then jump. I didn't see the Wumpa Fruit there. It was at a weird angle. But I remember there was a there's a moment where I'm a mermaid, and I'm in a skirt, and a seashell bra, you know, and shirtless and all that fun stuff. There we go. Woo. And we were doing a dance number, and my skirt kept falling off because it was like too long and I kept stepping on it. And we were doing a kick line, and I wound up stepping on it and like ripped my skirt off. And so for the rest of the song number, I was just holding my skirt and kind of flailing it around like it was one of those like ribbons, you know, that that like dancers can twirl around and stuff, and I was using it like that. So that was another somewhat improvised moment. That, you know, it's very apparent from the audience's perspective that, yeah, something went wrong there, but, you know, there's only so much you can do, so might as well just continue to have fun and just, yeah. Also, it's not like I was wearing nothing underneath that anyway, which, that would have been bad. But no, I had underwear. So that was good. Not that I think I would mind being naked on stage, but like certainly not accidentally naked, you know? Unplanned nakedness is not good for the stage. Especially when there's young ones attending a tale about Peter Pan they don't want to see. Yeah. I don't know what I was going to say there, but, you know. You get the gist, you get the gist. Agreed, thanks, Sabian, yes. But yeah, that's all I can think about, at least now, in terms of, like, significant improvised moments. I mean, I've had moments on stage where, like, I'm calling somebody over, and they take forever, so I just, like, keep talking and add, like, other lines. Hello from Indonesia. Oh, hello there. I like this game. I also like this game, too. Crash Bandicoot is fun. It is a game that I played a lot in my childhood, which I continue to play now. And I'm always excited when something new gets done with Crash, because I remember, you know, God, the waiting for this game was insane. Pun not intended. Because right before the last game that came out was in like 2008, 2009, something like that. And it was in a rebooted Crash series that not a lot of people were super into because it was very different. It was more of a beat 'em up game. So it was very like un-Crash-like, and it had been a while since we'd had like a fully original Crash Bandicoot game. So I just remember people were really like excited when this was coming out. And I think a remastered version of the original trilogy game was a very smart decision to start with for a new game series, because you know, not only does this like reintroduce the series in a positive way to newcomers, but also is very much catering to the old fans and showing them, hey, yes, we still care and like this and stuff. And also it gives an opportunity to get the team behind the new series of games to be familiar with the original games that so many people cherish and adore, even to this day. So yeah, and I think that's great because, you know, apparently these developers are working on another Crash game. There's been a rumor that there's going to be another Crash game coming out next year, which is awesome if that's true, and it would be wholly original, which is why I think it's really cool that they released an extra DLC level for the Sane Trilogy. Just the other day, actually, they created a brand new level, for those of you that don't know, to commemorate the Sane Trilogy launching on Xbox and Switch. They created a brand new level called Future Tense that was completely brand new and made by the team behind the remastering. So I think that's just brilliant, that they are like, hey, here's this thing that we did. We can always keep making more. So I'm excited. You know, and that level was really hard, challenging, kind of fun still, and all that. So, you know, it really showed that, like, okay, yes, these guys can remake Crash. I think I'm going too far in one direction. Yeah, I'm definitely doing that. So it just really shows that these guys have what it takes, I think, to make a full Crash Bandicoot game. That being said, which I'll play through once we get to Crash 3, because that is using Crash 3's engine. That game, or that level rather, is really hard in a very, like, kind of unfair way, which has me a little worried about a full-fledged new Crash game. I'm not super worried about it though, because I do think it would pan out pretty well, probably. I just hope that not all the levels would be that hard. And this is actually one of the only levels where the boss character will show up in it. I think that's kind of neat. Okay, this is very much a maze of a level. I remember having to do a lot of backtracking here and there. And yep, here's where we were back off with when we bought Pinstripe back here. I don't think there were any boxes going this way, but I want to go back here just to check, because I am paranoid. I'll get an extra life I don't need, why not? Okay, so we are good, so we're going to keep trudging along. Anybody in the audience who's still watching, feel free to suggest topics to talk about, or share any fun stories, or ask me to share fun stories. I'm all for that. Oh, well, that was probably a mistake. Am I backtracking unnecessarily? Yes, I am. And we are back here. Favorite song? It's really difficult to narrow things down to a favorite song. God damn. Alright, that was explosive. I guess it depends what I'm in the mood for, I can tell you my favorite band is Linkin Park. I really like their music a lot. When I was younger, I remember the band just really connected with me. Because I knew my mom loved it a lot too, and that's how I first heard it. Was through her. And I think a song that I go back to a lot by them when I'm kind of like kind of feeling down, or I believe that got them all. Yeah, looks like it. But the song that I go back to a lot is Leave Out All the Rest by Linkin Park. I enjoy that one a lot. And it's one of their more underrated ones, for sure. Because not many people talk about that one. Like everyone talks about the meme songs from them, like the Crawling or Numb, or those ones, which I do like quite a bit. Either way, but I think there's a lot of great music there, and I thought Chester Bennington was had one of the most unique voices on music, and just a beautifully talented singer, with just such a unique voice, and just a wonderful talent for singing and songwriting, that it really was unfortunate what happened to him. I know he I actually have kind of a weird personal connection to Chester Bennington, because I know he went to my high school, which I didn't know the guy, because I was I'm significantly younger than he would have been, so there is that. But I do recall there being a mural in our theater that he painted, that has his name on it, and I think I thought that was a very beautiful thing, yeah. So I just had this. I've had this connection, and I feel strongly about. I really like their music a lot. There's quite a few modern things too that I'm into, but I for the love of me I cannot tell you their names, because there's a lot of songs that I listen to on the radio that I dig a lot, but then I won't know who the artist is, things like that. I will say I think Drake is a really good rapper. His most recent album, I think it's called Scorpion or something like that. I'm gonna try something different this round. And that would be To Die Immediately, or To Almost Die Immediately. I really like his latest album. I think it's called Scorpion. Drake. I was listening to some of it. Was on late at night. Pretty good stuff. I dig it. Which is funny because I've never been a huge rap person. Because I was like, oh yeah, I dig Eminem and stuff like that. I do think Post Malone has some real good stuff too. Some of his stuff I think is kind of overall, but Okay, so that was the path that I was on before. Okay, I just want to check that. So that was the one that I was trying to go down earlier that I don't need to. Because I definitely don't need to if I'm going to get this. I don't remember for sure, but I don't think there were any boxes down that way. So I'm just going to continue going this way. And keep on trudging along. But yeah, favorite song overall, probably leave out all the rest. That being said, there are some, like, really, again, some real brilliant stuff by some more modern artists. I just, again, for the love of me, cannot tell you. Just because a lot of it is like, I'll listen to it on the radio, and unless they say on the radio, oh, this is that new hit song so-and-so by so-and-so, I don't know, sorry. I can talk about a few of my other favorite bands. I dig Panic at the Disco. I like them a lot. That's not all of them, is it? Or is it? 32. Is this 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'll need to find 2 more boxes in here, which I think would probably be back here, this way? Yes! They are this way. I remember. Yep, okay. Okay, so good. Good news is we got a game plan. Who else did I say? 5 Seconds of Summer has some good songs too. There was something, I forget what it's called, but there's a song that they have that came out pretty recently that I like a lot. That's been playing on the radio. I said Panic at the Disco. 21 Pilots hasn't really done much recently, but I remember liking them in high school. But yeah, I'm until somewhat recently, I haven't been much of a music buff, and I still really aren't. I just have been having my ears opened up a little bit more, I guess, and have been exposed to more. Oh, I actually wound up breaking these somehow. I think I must have been from when I was sending one of those enemies backwards this way. Ah. Okay, well, let's hope I can do the same thing there, because that actually saved me. That actually would save me a pretty dangerous trip if I were to do that. Or let's hope I can hold on to Aku Aku here, my boy. Okay, never mind. Cannot hold on to my boy. Just like I can't hold on to a girlfriend. Life is fun. Anyway. Okay, that was close. I stress myself out with video games a little too much. Oh wait, can't forget to do the tricky trick. Okay. And I didn't get it. Okay. Yep, okay. Death is a good alternative. Not in real life, though. Please don't think that. You know, I will say, yeah, I'm surprised I haven't talked about it much, but the fun little animations like that, that Crash does when he dies in these games, has been kind of infamous. Like, a lot of people think they're really funny, and it's kind of a noteworthy part of Crash Bandicoot is that, oh, Crash can die in really funny ways. So I think that's kind of funny that that's what Crash is known for a lot of the times, you know? But the animations get so much better in 2 and 3 because he more environmental specific ones. I think even the Angel one was added to 1, because I think that originally debuted in 2. Because mostly in Crash 1, if I remember... Okay, I got those 2. Hooray. Just by spinning that guy. If I remember correctly, most of the times when you would die in Crash 1, the original PlayStation 1 game, you would get a black screen and it would just be Crash kind of falling down. So it wasn't anything special, you know? Yay! Finally. So I think it was kind of smart of them to add that on here. 98%. 26 gems. Woo! Now let's see, what else do we need to get? Actually, was that all of them? Yeah, we got all the gems, guys. Heck yeah, except for the one in Stormy Ascent, but that's the bonus level, so I will save that for last. I'm gonna go back to the Great Hall, because, we've gotten all the gems. So, let's go check out our bonus ending. And yes, you can get the secret 100% ending before even fighting the final boss. The original game at the very least, you can do this. I don't know if it'll like block me off here and be like, finish the game, you jerk. Wow, I died in the Great Hall. Can put that on my tombstone for sure. As always, I still have time to answer questions, so see there's 3 people still watching, so feel free to say hello, ask me something. And here we are, here's our secret ending. It's just a loading screen, actually. Go to bed. Thanks, Yoshi. I will. But look, I saved my girlfriend. Ooh. Crash is like, sweet, a vulture. Least favorite song. Smash Mouth All-Star. No, I'm just kidding, it's great. Oh, and we get our... Oh, I love this part. We get a little, where have they gone to? Hapu sold the ruins of Castle Cortex to a resort developer. He then used the proceeds to open a big and tall shop on the island. After intense therapy and 8 years of higher education, Dr. Rue went on to write the well-received book, Through the Eye of the Vortex, a study of rapid evolution and its consequences. Fireflies. Fireflies is your least favorite song, Yoshi, really? I like Fireflies. Koala Kong. Fireflies, that's a fun song. I remember, it was, Owl City, I think. And also, Chicago exists in the world of Crash Bandicoot, apparently. That's fun to know. Fireflies. Oh, best song. Best song is Fireflies. Yeah, I can see that. I dig Fireflies. I like Owl City a lot, too. I like their song, I think it was See You Again, or whatever it was that played at the end of Wreck-It Ralph. But yeah, Fireflies, I have kind of a fun connection to that song. In middle school, I was part of a theater group, where one of our performances was like weird interpretive dances to songs, and we did one to Fireflies, and we all had flashlights, and we're, you know, waving them around, doing all sorts of fun stuff. But yeah, anyway, so we have 100% of the game, guys. The only thing left to do now is we gotta beat the final boss, so we can see the credits and all that stuff. And then, as we're kind of doing our wrap-up, I think I'm gonna come back and do... you know what? We're gonna best this right now before even the final boss. We're gonna tackle Stormy Ascent. We're gonna tackle Stormy Ascent. Those of you who don't know, yeah, hint, good luck, you're gonna need it. Yeah, this is, the most difficult level in the game, because it was a level, that was planned to be in the original Crash game, but was removed because it was too hard. So, I remember when this first came out as DLC, people were stoked because it was just insane that it existed, you know, that they were able to like implement it back into the game the way that they did. And create a whole new bonus level too. That wasn't in the original. Yep. You may think it's not too bad right now, but trust me, you will see. Fortunately, it's not like a colored gem level, so you don't need to beat it without dying, but if this were in the original Crash 1 game, you would have to, because that's the way that every level in that game worked. Okay. Sorry, Vulture. You're my favorite Spider-Man villain. That's a lie. Who is my favorite Spider-Man villain? I don't know. Probably Green Goblin, Norman Osborn. Not to be like, you know, stereotypical, I guess, but Doc Ock is probably a close second. And then Venom's certainly up there too. He's getting his own movie, which I am very... Oh, I thought I was standing on the spikes for a moment, but which I actually... I don't know, I have some reservations about the Venom movie myself, because I'm a big Spider-Man fan. And I just can't get behind a world in which Venom exists and Spider-Man doesn't. Like to me, it's like, I feel like that movie probably will be good, but I don't know about it being a good representation of Venom as a character. Also, I should have totally died there. I'm okay with the fact that I didn't. Okay, another Brio token. We got 2 of them. Okay, I should have waited. Should have waited. Yeah, like I said, Crash Bandicoot... Oh. Okay. That works too. Like I said before, Crash Bandicoot is a game about memorizing patterns. It's about adapting to your situations and learning. And by the way, Mariusz Kowalski, Cooking Mama is not the final boss. Just wanted to make sure I acknowledge that comment. The nefarious Dr. Neo Cortex is the final boss, and we will get to him in no time. I was originally planning on oh boy. I was originally planning on tackling Stormy Ascent after Egghead. Well, okay. I was originally planning on tackling Stormy Ascent after we did the final boss, but I figure, I'm like, oh, well, the credits will play, and I'm like, that's probably a good place to end the stream, you know? So I'm like, we'll do Stormy Ascent first. Okay, I'm moving ahead too fast. Feel free to leave some more questions, guys. I will definitely answer even more stuff. I just don't want there to be too much dead air, you know? I know I'm going to be focusing on the game a lot, but, you know, sometimes I have found that when y'all ask me a question, I can focus better sometimes. Egghead is final boss. Well, I mean, Cortex does have kind of like a big old head, so... Ooh, I didn't think I'd make that. You know, Egghead is the name of a supervillain in both Marvel and DC. In DC, it's a 60s Batman villain, and in Marvel, that is an Ant-Man villain. And I've heard rumors that he's supposed to be an Ant-Man and the Wasp, as like a cameo, which is kind of cool if that's the case. Great. Ooh. Okay, no, we're good. It's alright. It's all good, man. Ooh. Alright. Jump, 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 jump. Doing good. 18 out of 56. Almost there, guys. Gotta be careful, these ones. Oh! I have on occasion been able to slip right through that one. Again, this is a cut level from Crash 1, so it's meant to be really hard. Although I think I'm, weirdly enough, faring better at this level than I did with some of the Color Gem levels. Which goes to show that I will not be streaming the OG Crash 1 anytime soon. Oh my goodness. Because I started jumping at the left angle. Ooh. Woe is me. And I am woe. Edgar Allan Woe. You know, I wonder, has anybody ever made a play about Edgar Allan Poe or his works? Because I think his poetry is and short story stuff is in public domain, right? I'm just curious because I remember really liking his stuff, and I remember my my 5th grade teacher, when we were studying Edgar Allan Poe, he wore he came to school, like, made like a big day of it. He came to school like dressed in a prison uniform and was like acting like one of the characters, and I think it was like the story where the guy gets arrested for like having his wife like jammed on the walls or something like that. I vaguely remember it. But oh, that should have saved me. But I remember him like making a huge deal about it and like really acting it out for us, and that was something that I found really exciting. So I just think his poems are certainly theatrical and lend themselves to being adapted for the stage very well, I think. Okay, no, it's fine, we made it. Ugh. I'm telling you, some of these jumps, you know, I get, yeah, you know what? Aku Aku might really help me here, because I think I might be able to just cheese that section and just get by it real quick. Okay, I just gotta be careful and not do stuff like that. Did I lose both already? I thought I started with one and that gave me a second one. Unless I'm just crazy, I don't remember. Oh, come on, I cleared that. Okay, let's hope I can hold on to both Aku Akus. Or did I not? I thought one of these boxes had an Aku Aku. Am I crazy? That I can get two? My bad, folks. I guess I only had one. I thought for sure I was gonna get two. I don't know how I thought that, but I did. Ooh. Okay. Now let's get a checkpoint, boys. Oh. Oh, and right before checkpoint 2. Goodness gracious. 5 people watching. Hello. How's it going, everybody? Getting real late. We are nearing the end of Crash Bandicoot. Can I? Oh, okay, couldn't jump up. Getting near the end, folks. I'm just playing some of that Stormy Ascent level before we get to the final boss, because we have done everything, even shown off the secret ending you get for doing 100%. Now, remember that Stormy Ascent is a bonus level, so it does not count towards 100%, so that is how we were able to get the 100% bonus already. Okay, I'm excited that we've managed to hold on to this. Okay, gotta be real careful. Ooh. Goodness golly. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, I just scratched the mic. That probably sounded bad. Okay. Ooh. I am very glad that these bonus portals act as what am I saying? Checkpoints. They act as checkpoints. Remember that one being a pain. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oop. I done goofed. But it's okay. All is well. So, what kind of things do you guys want to hear me talk about? I've kind of just been shooting the breeze, you know, saying whatever comes to mind. Okay, I don't remember much about how to do this one. Beyond the fact that I'm pretty sure I fudged up. I did. Let me just get crushed by a box. So, anyone watching, feel free to leave some questions down below. We are nearing the end of our Crash Bandicoot 1 playthrough of the Sane Trilogy. Just tackling some Stormy Ascent here before we do the final boss. So feel free to ask some questions. I've been taking questions here and there. Trying to turn this into a bit of an informal Q&A, I guess. Yeah, what gives you the right? The right to stream this? I guess, I live in America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, and I have free speech, and, nobody can take that away from me. So... I need to leave that up there. Why did you start making videos on YouTube? Good question. If anybody who checks I think you guys can see it. I don't know if it's just a me thing, actually, it might be. But you can see on my YouTube channel front page that my channel has been around since 2009. Actually, so I started this a long time ago. I just have not been consistent, which is really funny because I have technically been on YouTube longer than a lot of the people that I follow and I admire for having done it for so long. I originally just got an account just to have an account, because, you know, I loved watching people on YouTube. I wanted to, you know, have a way to support other, you know, content creators. I remember some of the first people I discovered on YouTube were like like Forest Fire Films 101. He did like Lego Batman animations, and I died. I'm sorry, guys. And I remember being a big fan of that. And so I was inspired by a lot of like, in terms of like the content that I'm producing now and would like to continue doing. I'm very inspired by. There are two main channels that I'm really like taking a lot of inspiration from with what how I'm approaching things, and that's number one is the channel Geekvolution, which I would really recommend if anybody is interested in the kind of things that I like, which is like superheroes and things like that. They do very cool. Wow, I'm sorry. They do a lot of like really cool, like analytical, like almost English papers stuff on superhero movies. They analyze plot structure, things like that, and they also like review and talk about movies, and they have like a variety show kind of thing that they do, where it's like a bunch of mini shows. And I would want to do some of that kind of stuff similar to it. I already really want to do like a comic review show, like a and maybe a game review thing at some point. And also some like reacting to news stuff they do a lot too. And then they do a show that I like a lot called Geeks Not Nerds, where they take a topic of the day. Oh, we got past that section. Heck yeah. Only 6 more boxes to go. Where they take a topic and they do a whole video about it, where they just kind of talk and give their thoughts. And they at the end they each do a rant about anything random, and I always found that to be really hilarious. And that might be a fun thing to do too, just like a random rant video or something. I don't know. So they're a huge inspiration in terms of just what kind of shows I would like to do. In terms of like the humor style and stuff, I really like Some Call Me Johnny's videos. He does game reviews and stuff, and he has a gaming channel with his brother and one of his friends, the Super Gaming Brothers. Another thing I'd really recommend watching, and he's also part of a group called Brain Scratch Commentaries. They do some fun gameplay stuff too. So, in terms of like, yeah, so those are like in terms of like my big inspirations, I guess, for YouTube stuff. Because moving forward, those are the kinds of things that I want to do. Like gameplay, like I want to do like gameplay videos. I want to do like reviews, and I want to do like you know, like kind of commentary shows, like bringing on guests and stuff, talking about various things. So those are like, that's the big reason why. Oh my goodness, almost made that. Big reason why I joined was because I like to watch other people and support them, and to be able to leave comments and stuff, and to interact with these content creators that I adored, and to you know, kind of do my thing still, you know, because like you know, it's not a secret, and to anybody who's been listening to this entire way through, you know already, I'm an actor. I like to act. I've always been that way ever since I was a really young person, and I even thought this would be a good way to start some short film stuff, or to get some film project stuff in. And even my early years of high school, I had been trying to do fan films for like superhero characters and stuff, and that's where this channel kind of originally was conceived from, was that I wanted to be doing movies. I wanted to be making things with my friends, so I had scripts written, and I would like cast people, but I didn't know, like, I'm gonna be honest, I knew nothing about filmmaking, especially compared to where I am now, because, you know, I have buddies who have gone to film school, and so I've learned a lot through them, and I also have even taken filmmaking classes and stuff, so even I have just learned so much about that art form, and I've taken film studies classes in college, so I have just learned so much about it recently that I would love to revisit some of my old ideas for films and stuff, because I've had ideas bouncing around in my head for years now, and I want to get some stuff done, you know? If you guys are curious, I'll talk about some stuff that I used to do, or that I used to plan on doing, because, yay! We finished Stormy Ascent! Yay! Now we're 101% complete. Because I think the boss ups it like by 2, so I think you can only get 103 or 105. I don't know. I don't know what percentage the thing is. But yeah, now we're gonna do the final boss. But yeah, some stuff that I really wanted to do. And this started around my freshman year of high school. I really wanted to do a Spider-Man fan film because this was like I remember I wrote it right before the Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, or no, the Amazing Spider-Man 1 came out. Because I really loved the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man was, a great character to me. And so, naturally, me being young and kind of dumb, I wasn't thinking about budget stuff. Spider-Man is clearly not the first superhero film project that a freshman who knows nothing about any sort of filmmaking should be doing, because it's a very special effects heavy project, or ideally it would be a very special effects heavy project. But I remember writing a script, and I don't know if I have it anywhere, because it was saved funnily enough, it was saved on my grandma's computer. So I don't have it on like a Google Doc or anything to share to anybody, but I might have a printed copy somewhere in my garage or something, I don't know, but I do remember it was like young Peter Parker in high school, worrying about like dating stuff, and it like went over his origin, and Dr. Octopus was the main villain. And I remember having a lot of fun because I knew I was inspired by something in science class in middle school that I thought would work for a really fun like death trap at the end of a superhero movie. I remember we were learning about like particle accelerators and like how that works. And I'm like, how cool would it be if like Dr. Octopus strapped Spider-Man to a particle accelerator, and, or like a modified particle accelerator, and Spider-Man had to like use his webs and stuff and try to break out of it and bust through before his atoms are smashed. And I remember like really digging that idea and thinking that was fun. Unfortunately, there was no way in hell I ever would have been able to like make that look cool at all at that stage. Especially because I barely hold a camera, Since then, I wrote a lot of Batman projects because I started to realize, as I was getting more and more into Batman, I had been reading a lot more Batman comics, and I kind of realized Batman is the kind of character who lends himself to fan films very well, which is why you see so many of them if you Google them, because because he's a street-level character with no superpowers. The only major hurdle is like the fact that he's super freaking rich, and you have to show that on screen, So if you are not super freaking rich, it is kind of hard to do that, and to show like the gadgetry and the Batmobile, stuff like that. But I remember and this was again my freshman year. This was later that year after I was like, Spider-Man's probably not going to work, and things were falling through with that. I wrote a script called Batman Dysfunctional, and it was like, I planned a trilogy at the time, of which, because I'm like absolutely insane and thought that I could make 3 Batman movies on my own like that, you know? But I remember what it was about was it was like centering around the origin of Robin, and it was like, you know, toying with the idea of dysfunctional families, and it was meant to be about, like, you know, like kind of comparing Batman and Robin's relationship kind of to Joker and Harley Quinn, because I had, damn it, I gotta start remembering to move when that happened. I remember having, like, Joker and Harley were already established in there, and then Robin's origin happens, and we get like a comparison to like how Batman treats his sidekicks versus how Joker does, and the idea that Joker thinks that they're a twisted family together, and that one I had completed, and I remember being pretty, for the most part, proud of it. And I know we had some stuff together, and we're seriously planning on doing it. It's just, again, we're young kids, don't know what we're doing, kind of thing. I do remember, though, that for the sequel, and I was, like, I guess weirdly more excited about this, right? It was called Batman Duality, and it was Two-Face. That was the big idea. Because I have always been fascinated with Two-Face as a Batman villain. He is one of my favorite characters, like, psychologically. God damn it. Like, psychologically to think about. And just, like, his personal connection to Batman. And I planned to make it a trilogy that was heavily featuring the Joker throughout, because I had the premise behind the opening of Duality. Was that this was the first time that the ending of Dysfunctional was the first time that the Joker had actually been apprehended. And so Harvey Dent is the lawyer who gets appointed to defend the Joker, ironically, in court, and has to argue the insanity plea. And I had the Joker in that script was the one who threw the acid on Harvey's face, made him go crazy. And I know I had the Scarecrow was in there too, as a big character, because I wanted to play upon the fears that Harvey Dent had, some of that stuff. Being exposed to fear toxin, like, really, like, got him into being Two-Face kind of thing, and, like, Batman, being exposed to that would get visions of not only, like, his parents, but also, like, Harvey, and feeling like he failed him, and all that stuff. I thought it'd be really dramatic, you know, and I was gonna have, I wanted to, and also something I had in mind, too, is, I had the Riddler in there as just a police detective who is just, like, really smart and good at his job, and he's, like, tailing the Scarecrow the entire way through, and, like, near the end, he gets doused with, like, a huge, like Scarecrow's plot was, like, he was developing, like, a super crazy version of his fear toxin that he wanted to release onto the city, and by the end of it, like a concentrated dose of it gets sent onto the Riddler, and it causes him to go crazy, and that's where he becomes the Riddler. And so the third one that I had outlined was called Batman Deception. So they all started with D. That was, like, my through line. And the villains were Riddler and Hugo Strange. And I had the big plot being that the big plot was that Hugo Strange and the Riddler figure out who Batman is, and so then they launch a big attack on him, and the Riddler like goes after the Batcave, blows it up, and then like Alfred would be like severely hurt in the hospital, like dying, and the goal was to capture Batman, declare him insane, and throw him in Arkham Asylum. Which, if anybody has seen my pitch for a DCEU Batman, I actually incorporated elements of that in there, of that script, because I remember being really proud of that one in particular. So yeah, I know I had and one thing I had in that, because in my DCEU pitch version, Two-Face was the character that I had like Batman team up with. I had in this script anyway, it was Joker who was the one he teams up with, because I wanted Joker to be like a through line, and I thought it would be fun to have them working together. And speaking of working together, thank you guys, you helped me defeat Neo Cortex. We did it together. Now we're loading the ending. Oh, did you see that? She didn't kiss me, she just gave me a hug. I've been friend-zoned. And so we never see Crash's girlfriend again. So there we have it, everybody. That was Crash Bandicoot. Woo! And it is currently 2:13 in the morning. Oh my goodness, I need to get some sleep. But yeah, here we are. We did it. This is awesome. I've been having a blast. So thank you guys, those of you who've been coming out to the streams and have been, you know, catching them. I know that this one was really long, and I apologize for that, because I thought I would be able to beat the game a lot sooner than I was able to, but I had some difficulty at the beginning and ran into some stuff later on. Good night. Yeah, GN. I'm assuming that means good night. So good night, Sabian. Thank you for heading out, or thank you for staying and being here for this. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. And you know, those of you who are checking out the video after the fact, thank you as well for watching. I do appreciate it. I would like to apologize for my commentary at times. I realize there were some awkward moments, or like some moments where I had to really focus on the game. But you know, that's the price you pay when you're doing a live Let's Play. I didn't even mean to rhyme there, but I did. Oh, excuse me. Needed some water because my throat was getting quite dry, actually. But yeah, we have done this. So as soon as the credits wrap up, I'm gonna end this stream off. I like to keep the credits rolling though, because I like to give all the game developers and everybody who worked on these games, you know, the fair shot that they deserve at recognition, you know. Especially, you know, games like this that I think are really wonderful. So they definitely deserve the spotlight. I think they use the same credits track for all three of these games, because they're using this is music from Crash 2, and the last track was from Crash 1. So if the next one is from Crash 3, then it's like, oh, okay, then that makes sense that they were all for one credits thing. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun streaming Crash 1. So yep, and this is from 3, I think, the future levels. But yeah, no, it has been a boatload of fun getting to do this. So yes, thank you for tuning in and for being an awesome audience as always. And expect to see some more streams coming in the near future. I know my life is getting really crazy right now. I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, but I will reiterate this again. I have a very sick family member that we're not sure about a lot of things, so a lot of my attention is going elsewhere. But, you know, I did say that I wanted to do this more, that I was committing to trying to iron out some more time to do some streams and to do some more videos. So I would love to know, you know, what are the kind of things that you guys want to see from this channel. As I outlined in my last stream video, I want to do a lot more discussion videos on different topics, some like review commentary stuff, like bringing on some guests who are like super fans of that stuff and getting really into it. I think that would be a lot of fun. I want to do more gameplays like this, so let me know what kind of games you would want to see streamed. Right now, I might give Crash a bit of a break for a little bit. We'll come back. We will come back to Crash for sure, because I always come back to Crash, but I think I would very much like to do some Walking Dead in honor of the final season of the Walking Dead game series coming out pretty soon, at the time that I'm recording this anyway. So I might try to stream the episodes of the game and try to do that. That I will try to have a more concrete timeline for you guys. So I'm thinking after these credits finish up, I'm gonna go take a nap, and by that I mean I'm gonna sleep because it is early in the morning / late at night, and I need to sleep, so I should do that. And when I wake up, I will spend a little bit of time trying to figure out if I want to do like an Instagram page for this YouTube channel, or if I want to like modify a Facebook page or something. I will do some sort of social media communication, because I think that's the best way to get across to an audience that I will be streaming in a certain way, because I also cannot figure out how to send bulletins to my subscribers on YouTube. I'm not sure if that is a like a YouTube partner thing, or like a monetized channel thing or whatever, but I can't seem to figure out how to do that. So I can't send notifications on YouTube to subscribers, which sucks. And I don't want to have to make announcement videos, you know. So I will figure things out. We will have a more of a structured schedule for live streaming, and therefore hopefully more people will be able to join us. And that would be great, because you know this has been a lot of fun. Just getting to see, you know, quite a few people, and it's wonderful. We got somebody from India, someone from Indonesia coming in, chatting for a little bit, and that's always nice. That's wonderful. I definitely want to encourage that. I want to see some more people, you know, from all over the world, you know, coming in and talking, you know. That is what I think is really wonderful about, you know, platforms like YouTube, is that you can build a good audience, and you can talk to people from all over the world, and you can learn new things, and you can all, you know, band together and find a common interest here and there. So for that, those of you who stepped in today to say hello and ask a couple questions, thank you so much. That has been a lot of fun, and you know, I needed that today. Because I've been having a bit of a hard time lately. Been overworking myself a little bit, and I've been having to deal with a lot of fun stuff. So it's always nice to have you know, things like this to look forward to. So you guys should look forward to more streams. I am looking forward to more streams, and also look forward to more content. I do plan on doing some, you know, more gameplay videos soon, so keep on the lookout for some Walking Dead playthroughs. That will be the next thing I am planning on doing after this. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. That will be a lot of fun. What else can I say while these credits are still slowly going by? I'm considering some short film type stuff. for this channel. So, you know, if there's any interest in some of the things that I have talked about before, you know, feel free to let me know your thoughts. I'm always interested to see what would be most requested of me to do. Yeah, so I'm at a loss of words because I have been talking for a very long time. Almost, well, over 3 hours straight, actually, as a matter of fact. So, again, everybody, thank you so much for watching. It has been a wonderful time getting to play this game for you. And I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed my antics. And I hope to see you around for future streams. Keep in mind to subscribe. Feel free to like this video, and remember that no bandicoots were harmed in the creation of this game. That is the truly important thing here. So keep on the lookout for some social media stuff. I might post an announcement video soon about what I plan to do for there. And we'll see moving forward. So without further ado, let's just save our progress with our 103% completion. And there we go, guys. 103 complete. Thank you guys so much. It's been a lot of fun. And I need to go get some sleep. So, this has been Joey. It's been a lot of fun. And I'm signing off. See you guys later.